This is the best lead generation strategy for branded merch and print companies in 2026. With AI image generation, you can send beautiful, ultra-realistic merch samples to thousands of prospects in 10 minutes. This can get way more interest than generic cold emails because you're giving value upfront and getting them excited about bringing the designs to life. And the best part is, very minimal manual work is required on your side. So let's get into it. So we're going to be covering building your initial prospect list and then generating AI images for them at scale and then automating your outreach. First, you're going to want to go into clay.com to build your initial prospect list. Clay is cheaper than Apollo, Zoom Info, and it's basically just as good from what we've seen, and it's a very big database for B2B leads. You're going to head over to find people to build your list, but most people and most branded merch companies target everyone. Don't do that. You want to look at your past clients who spent the most, stayed the longest, and were actually very profitable, and then extract the industry they were in, the company size, the job titles you were targeting, the location, because these prospects are already proven that they're going to buy big. First, input your job titles. So let's say, VP of marketing. You want to put the location. Let's say you're doing US wide, which is pretty regular. You want to go to company attributes and then the typical size you're targeting. And then for the industries, let's say you're targeting advertising companies, technology. So once you've imported your list, you now have to run a AI image generation prompt across your entire list to get the image sample so you can send it to the prospect. So Clay itself is like Google Sheets on steroids. It has an action bar here where you have a bunch of integrations and things you can run across your list to get unique data like images on your prospects. What you want to do, what we've done here is first create a AI column that finds the logos of your company. So how you do this is you click use AI and then configure web researcher, and then you write your prompt, and then what's going to happen is you click generate and it'll generate the prompt for you. And then it's going to research all your companies. So if you run the column here, it's going to find the logos for all your companies. So here it is. Then you create another action, which is also you go click use AI, and then you click image generation. And then here is where you click open AI for Ohio, the best image generator. And then for your prompt, what we said here was, if I can show you the one that I actually did, create, and then you want to pick a product, you want to write a prompt for the AI to, using the logos you found, create a certain promotional product item that has their logo and brand colors on it so you can send it to them. But you don't just want to say branded merch, you want to go very specific because everyone has seen t-shirts and, cups, all this beautiful stuff with their company logos, but you want to create something unique and special. So based on the ideal client that you've defined and built the list out of, ask yourself, what have they bought the most? What do they really like? What's trending right now? And a lot of the times it's going to be Stanley Quenchers, Yetis, really cool items, co-branded items. I said, create a Stanley Quencher that looks realistic with this company logo on it. And then you just click like add column, type this to insert column, and then you add the logo of the company. And then tell it, use the brand colors to make the Stanley Cup look nice and make it look realistic and as 4K as possible, because ChatGPT can create cartoon or it can create really 4K looking images. So once we did this, then you click the dimensions, and then you want to give it a reference image URL with the logo as well. So you basically just type in the column here, and then you add the logo that you have found for all the companies. Once you've done that, you click save, you run 10 rows. I'm going to do it in front of you here so you can see how it looks. And then would you look at that? It's generating all the images with the logos. So let's look first at InfraStripe. So if we go on their website, InfraStripe, this is their logo. Now let's go into the AI generated image. Let's see. Boom. Beautiful Stanley Quencher. All right. Nice. There we go. This looks beautiful. Another one here. Wow, okay, this one's very interesting. This one looks beautiful. Ooh, finally, you want to get the email addresses. So you click add column, add enrichment, find work email so that you can reach out to these people, and then click the biggest one here. And this is basically going to run your list across many tools, and then all of the tools are going to try to find each prospect's email address so you can reach out to them. And then now you're going to get a bunch of email addresses. Now you export your CSV so that you can plug it into the cold email system that I'm about to show you how to set up, and start sending emails, reaching out with these branded merch samples and getting interest. So let's get into it. So you're going to want to use smartly.ai to send emails at scale. So once you create a free trial, you can go into email accounts and then set up your inboxes so that you can send thousands of emails fully automated. So you can buy Google inboxes or Outlook. It's really up to you depending on what you think your prospects use the most so that you can send from the same provider. I recommend buying 50 inboxes and 25 domains, so 2 inboxes per domain, so that you can send 1,000 emails a day without landing in spam. Once you buy those inboxes, they're going to be imported for you right here, and then you want to put them into warm-up mode, which is basically an AI that makes emails look human to Google and Microsoft by warming up, sending emails and receiving emails on your behalf for 2 weeks. Within those 2 weeks, you can then set up your campaigns so that once the 2 weeks are done, you can launch and start generating leads. Go to email campaign here. You want to import the CSV file from your clay table, and then you want to match the columns. And then for image, you want to click custom field, and then you want to map out the email. And then once you have a list, you want to write your outreach copy to them. You just want to make it very simple. And then you want to attach the image here. So you want to attach it here, and then you're ready to launch your campaign. All you need to do there is just schedule it 2 weeks from now, because that's when your inboxes are going to be warmed up. And then you want to select your inboxes here that you've purchased, the Google inboxes, the domains, and then you launch and you start generating a whole bunch of leads. Now, even better than all of this, if you want my team to just build this entire system for you, so you don't have to do any of it, and we handle the outreach, we reply to the leads once they respond positively, and you only speak to booked meetings on your calendar and just focus on closing deals, you can book a call below, or you can subscribe just to see more videos like this and do it for yourself. So yeah, subscribe. Peace.